We begin tonight with breaking news. A Miami-Dade police officer shot. Fellow police officers rushing to Jackson Memorial Hospital to await word on his condition.
It all started when officers tried to stop a dangerous suspect in Miami and shots were fired. And we have live team coverage.
Local 10's Nella Sabovic is standing by at JMH tonight, but we begin with Terrell Forney live now from the scene with the very latest. Terrell.
A massive police presence here in this Liberty City neighborhood. Take a look behind me. You can see all of the police cars and the yellow crime scene tape, followed by dozens of officers here at the area, this intersection where things came to a crashing end, followed by gunfire. We understand that one Miami-Dade police officer has been shot. The suspect involved in all of this has been shot and killed here in the area. This is Northwest 62nd Street and 7th Avenue, but things actually started about 10 blocks to the west of here. This is 17th Avenue and Northwest 62nd Street. You'll notice a white car. We here at Local 10 were able to capture video of that white car initially fleeing police. That car initially was surrounded by a number of officers who had their guns drawn, pointed at an armed robbery suspect, but that car took off from that neighborhood and then fled east down Northwest 62nd Street to this scene where we are right now. Take a look at this next piece of video. This is how things came to an end, a crash involving multiple vehicles here at this intersection. According to a witness that we spoke with, they said that there was a woman who didn't want to go on camera, but she says that she was actually next to that fleeing suspect when all of this went down. She says that police ran to her car, basically banged their hand on her window, telling her to just go. Simultaneously, she says that she heard those gunshots, about 20 gunshots or so. Again, killing the suspect. That suspect died in this altercation with police, and a Miami-Dade police officer was also shot and rushed to the hospital. And we understand that that officer is in critical condition right now, but a very wild scene that played out in front of a number of witnesses here in this neighborhood.
The car that they was chasing run into the white car and took his venom. It was a very strong hit. The police came, like it was 15 cars came, and when they got out, they started shooting at him. I couldn't see them shooting at him, but he was shooting. So I heard like 20 shots.
So many officers here on the scene wearing their emotions on their faces because of the dangerous situation that played out here. Dozens and dozens literally huddled together here at the scene waiting for word. Out now live to this neighborhood. This will likely be closed, Northwest 7th Avenue, for the remainder of the night as police continue this wild investigation. Reporting live from Liberty City, Terrell Forney, Local 10 News.
Our prayers with that officer and his family. Thank you, Terrell. And from Terrell, we want to go now live to Nella Sabovic, who's outside JMH, where fellow officers have been gathering tonight in support of one of their own. Sanella.
Nicole, Miami-Dade police confirming that this officer was shot during an altercation. That officer was raced here to Ryder Trauma Center in critical condition, we're told, fighting for his life. And as I step out so you can get a better look at the scene, you can see dozens upon dozens of officers here outside of the hospital from several agencies. We've seen Miami police here to Miami-Dade police, all huddled here for hours now. And as we were driving to the scene, we saw several unmarked and marked cruisers racing to get here to the hospital on the Dolphin Expressway. Officers not only converging inside of the emergency room, but also outside of it, also in front of the hospital on 18th Street and 9th Avenue. Again, Miami-Dade police confirming one of their own was shot following an armed robbery investigation. We've also learned that the person who shot the officer is dead. Again, as we come back out live, an urgent scene here outside of Ryder Trauma Center. We've seen some officers hug one another. We've seen some somber faces, a lot of prayers here. That officer, we're told again, in critical condition, fighting for his life. It is unclear how many times this officer was shot. His identity has not been released just yet. We have a lot of questions here. We're expected to be briefed by a public information officer from Miami-Dade Police. Once we get that information, we will pass it along to you live on air and on local10.com. For now, that's the very latest here out of Miami. Nella Sabovic, Local 10 News.